Who needs friends when your only friends are me's? Simply put, this game is the only reason I haven't killed myself yet, and that's just life. So, yeah. So Tomodachi Life, it's hilarious. The demo so far that I've played is fantastic. I love it so much. It's like the best game ever, and it's living up to all my expectations. And it's fantastic. If I could change anything about it, I'd make it so I can choose multiple pronouns, honestly. So, and they just randomize it, you know, whatever feels right to the game. They just randomize the me's pronouns every time. Because my character, Kirk, no, not Charlie Kirk, I don't make terrorists in my game, unlike some people. Kirk Ruffle, she is a woman. She's female, but she's non-binary, and she's on my second island because the demo only allows 3 me's, unfortunately. But I made Kirk and Troy on my island, but Kirk is non-binary, but she goes by all pronouns. I don't know if that's the right word for it. I might be getting gender fluid confused, but if I am, please correct me. I'll add and edit later, and I'll correct myself and I'll get it right in a later video. But Kirk goes by all genders, goes by all pronouns, they, them, he, him, she, her, but most people refer to her as she, her, because, well, she looks like a girl, so, you know. Most people, and she's fine with that, but some people are willing to say, hey, they, them, or hey, what's up, dude, what's up, or refer to her as he, or them, whatever. I use she, her just in my writing to make it so she doesn't confuse the reader too much. Yes, I'm writing a book about Kirk. I've had this character since 2019. Back in the evil days. So, you know, back in the bad days of my life. So, and yes, Tarya, I can't make Tarya yet. Kirk's sister, I haven't been able to make her yet due to the 3 me limit, and the first me I made was myself, per usual. I prefer my me's to call me Lucy's lookalike, because I'm the lookalike of my character Lucy. So, yeah, if I could add 4 me's to the island, I would definitely take advantage of the relationship thing, and I would definitely take advantage of me's being asexual or aro-ace. I take advantage of that considering my character Tarya is aromantic. Yes, aromantic. She's not asexual, but she's aromantic, to be clear. And I have another character named Dawn, who is aro-ace, and I love that for her. I have a character named Kyle, who is gay, and I have a trans masked character named Tyler. Spoiler alert for those who even fucking care. But the great thing about Tomodachi Life is that pronouns and sex are separated, like in real life. So Tyler can be genetically female, but go by he, him pronouns, and I fucking love that. I love that so much. I love that, really. But the only problem I have is that me's, by default, are straight. I don't like that very much. I haven't seen what it's like for non-binary me's, though. I don't know what default is there for non-binary me's. I guess it's me's being straight or for, like, the stupid conservatives. But, like, what I'm gonna give The Sims credit for is that all me's are bisexual by default, and I love that for them. I love that all me's are bisexual by default, because I think, honestly, in real life, we should default everyone to bisexual. I think the default being straight is a real missed opportunity, but, you know, that's just life. But, yeah, love this game, and I am so excited for the next 12 days to pass. Tomorrow is Easter when I'm writing this, when I'm making this audio. If I post this video, I'll make an update. But, I'm surprised my mic is working right now, considering it's been a pain in the ass previously. But, yeah, I love this game so much. I've made my Mii Starburst. I don't have many pictures of Starburst and Savvy in-game. Starburst and Savvy are my Mii, specifically my Mii OCs. I have OCs that are actually characters from a thing I'm writing. And then I have actual Mii OCs who are specifically made for Mii games. I have the ones that come to, the 4 main ones that come to mind that I actually have a emotional connection to in my games are Starburst, who has the hair color of a strawberry starburst. You'll see it on screen. You'll see it on screen when I edit this. Right now I'm just recording the audio. And there's Savvy, who is a sweetheart. I love him so much. He has big sparkly eyes and eyelashes, and he goes by he/him. He is a male me. I give him eyelashes, and in Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, you have the ability to remove said eyelashes, but like I've known Savvy with eyelashes for so long that it's almost extremely cursed to see him without the eyelashes, so I decided to keep them on his face and just decide, you know what, that's Savvy. He got eyelashes, screw it. And then there's Twig Boy, who really I made Twig Boy as like, I named him Twig Boy because I thought it was funny. Because like I was just messing around with the Mii weight and height thing scale, and I decided, you know what, let's scale his weight all the way down, and he looked like a twig, and I thought it was so funny that I said, motherfucker looks like a twig. And so I named him Twig Boy, and that's why he exists. He's a tall twig. He's like a twig, a tall, skinny twig. And I'm not making fun of eating disabilities. Like he does not have an eating disability. He just has a really extremely good metabolism, I'd argue. And I don't think Miis have eating disorders at all. Miis don't just, you know, I don't think unlike The Sims, Miis don't gain weight. They stay the same weight they were, no matter how much you feed them. But like, if you are offended for some reason by a Mii at the skinniest weight they possibly could be, then I got news for you, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. If you're getting offended by Miis, I'm worried about you. I'm worried about your mental health, really. Maybe you should seek a therapist and talk about this with her or him instead of complaining about it on the internet. I don't know. But Twig Boy is one of my main Miis. I have an attachment to him, and I think I would, you know, all my Miis are pansexual unless stated otherwise. That's what I'm gonna decide. All Miis are pansexual unless stated otherwise. And in one of my gameplays, I made him gay. So Twig Boy is gay in my heart. So he's gonna be one of my gay Miis. Then there's Sundew, who is a fashionista, and she makes clothing for plus-sized petite women. That's her lore, and she has a son. I'm gonna have to change his name from Tyler to something else because we already have a Tyler in my other save. I don't need 2 Tylers. Like, people will get really confused if I say Tyler and then Tyler again. You know, I'm gonna have to change his name if Sundew has a baby in the game. Well, gay Miis, well, according to Nintendo, Miis of all genders can have babies if they're in a relation, as long as they're like not arrow ace. So like, I don't know how that's gonna work. I know how it's gonna work. It'll just spawn in. They'll ask, hey, can we have a baby? And you say yes, and the next day it spawns in. But here's the thing, I overthink things to the max. So like, if 2 male Miis decide to have a baby together, I'm fine with that. I have no issues with gay people having kids. But if that Mii baby looks like the both of those men, that's when I'm gonna start asking questions, really. I can't jump to conclusions right now because, well, I don't know what the gameplay is like, and I haven't had any Miis get married because you can't get married in the demo, you can't get into romantic relationships in the demo, but Miis can have crushes in the demo. To the people who proclaim that Miis can't have crushes in the demo, you're flat out wrong. They can, and they have. I'll show you pictures of Troy. At this point, we should see footage of Troy getting a crush on Kirk.
Oof. Sorry. My mind was somewhere else.
No, it's my fault. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Then we're both fine. Good. Stay safe out there.
I can't stop thinking about Kirk lately. What's going on here? Am I falling for Kirk? So, this is love. I want to start dating Kirk and live happily ever after.
But, yeah, Savvy. So Troy got a crush on Kirk, but Kirk doesn't have a crush on Troy. But she wants to be friends with Troy. I love games where the relationships are, like, dynamic and not just the same as one another. The issue I have with The Sims 3 and 4, the one issue I have with The Sims 3 is that they did not continue on the path of Mies having different opinions on the relationships from one another, because in The Sims 2, there was one-sided relationships in The Sims 2 by default, and it was like one of the greatest, it was very advanced for the 2004. The Sims 2 was ahead of its time. Unfortunately, the next two games decided to, like, not do all that. The next two games decided not to continue on with that one-sided relationship dynamic for some reason. They could have added on to it, they could have added more stuff, but they didn't. The biggest flaw of The Sims 3 is that they didn't continue the one-sided relationships like The Sims 1 had. But maybe there was, like, a technical issue, but, like, you know, the entirety of the original Sims 2 game was burned in a fire, you know, like The Sims does, so it's confusing how, you know, that all this is the way it is, like, but The Sims 3 didn't have any technical issues as far as I'm aware. The only technical issues The Sims 3 has is an entire pack not running smoothly thanks to it being so massive. The Sims 4's technical issues is literally having way too much DLC to the point that it's near impossible to play the game these days. And since The Sims is owned by evil people now, well, I can't play The Sims anymore. One of my favorite hyperfixations of all time I have literally dropped because of my own personal, like, standards. But this isn't a Sims 4 video. Sims 4 video another time, not today. So, from what I've seen with the Tomodachi Life demo is that it's fantastic. I love it. Not many cutscenes here. You can only play one game with your Mies, which is understandable. They don't want you to get completely burnt out on it, but the only reason I don't play for as long as I did the first day of my demo is that, all you can really do after you've maxed out. The only thing you can do that after you've maxed out all your Mies relationships is just look at them. Just look at them hang out for a while, and that's it. You get one in the demo, it only refreshes your food once, and your clothes once, and that's it. I plan on the 15th of April to finish my Stardust Island demo, and then the next day depending on if I'm tired before 12 o'clock or not, I will install the game when it actually releases to the public, and then I will go to bed. But, like, the issue is, if I take melatonin, I get one hell of a stomach ache, and whenever I get a stomach ache, I get this overwhelming feeling of something bad is gonna happen. Because every time I get a stomach ache in the morning, when I wake up when feeling nauseated, something bad happens. Whether it's to my relationships with friends or to something overall, like, whether it's something bad in the news, something bad with something I enjoy, something bad with my relationships, both platonic, familial, and romantic, which I have not had a romantic relationship since 2025. Yeah, I plan to make a lot of me's. Here's the plan. So so what's 70 divided in half? That's 35. So I'll make 36 me's, or maybe less. I'll make an even number of me's, because 35 would mean, like, one couple wouldn't get together. Oh shit. One couple wouldn't get together, so it's like... It's not like all well, considering one of my me's would be Arrow Ace. Considering I'm making Taria, Kirk, and Troy on the main island too, at least one me would be Arrow Ace, so it doesn't even fucking matter in the end. But it's such a weird number to be 70, like, they could have made it 72. Like, here's the issue with it only being 70 me's. So if all me's decide to move in together, like, be roommates and stuff, that means only one house would have 6 me's in it and not the max of 8. So 72 would be the minimum to have all your houses be a max of 8. But 80 would be a better number for the players, while also making everything a max of 8 still. I don't want to be like, oh, maybe they'll update the game to add a bigger me capacity, because that would be stupid, because then it would be like Animal Crossing all over again. I don't hate Animal Crossing New Horizons, but the issue with Animal Crossing New Horizons is that I got extremely bored after a year. The thing with Tomodachi Life is it goes on for so long, like so much random shit happens that you can never get bored. Like, you won't expect what's gonna happen next. You can never expect it. Whether it's like random me showing up to relationship proposal or dating proposals, or it's like an insane dream, or like, I don't know, a divorce happens. Like, you'll never ever expect what will happen next in Tomodachi Life. And I'm worried that if there's like a million updates to Tomodachi Life, and if the updates are the only thing keeping this game having players, then it's gonna be like such a waste of like $60 for me. I've already bought it. Like, the payment won't go through until the 9th of April, which is in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Yeah, 5 days. I have it set up on like my remaining funds instead of like my debit card, because like I don't want to use my debit card. So like, yeah, that's just how it be. But trying to think. The game looks like a full game either way from the demo alone. I think, like, considering everything involved, it would be a full game, and I feel like the only things that they could add, quote unquote, to the game is more or less clothing, more clothes, more food, more items maybe for me's to play with. And I don't know, maybe the concert hall, and maybe a bigger me capacity, but otherwise it's like, I'm fine with this. I mean, I'm fine with 70 me's, because let's be honest here, by the time you like get to 40 me's in the 3DS game, you've already forgotten about, like, by the time you get to like 70 me's in the 3DS game, you've probably like abandoned most your non-main me's that you care about. Like, in my 3DS game, I'm not even at 50 me's, and yet I've completely forgotten about most of them. And when it comes to like let's be real, 70 me's is probably a good number. I'm gonna leave it at 35 because I'm probably gonna have like one asexual me, and then the rest of the game is like, and then the rest of the available me's will probably be babies, because I love me babies. They're my favorite thing in the world. I am obsessed with me babies. I'm sorry, they're like the greatest thing ever. And if you don't like me babies, that's perfectly fine. If you have like some stress about babies in general, the thing is, I don't want kids ever. I don't want real kids ever. I like kids, they're cool, but like I can only spend like 5 minutes with them without getting fucking mentally tired. I get so drained. And when my youngest brother and my youngest cousins hang out, it easily drains me like a bottle of water poured down the kitchen drain. Like, that will destroy me immediately. They destroy my sanity. I can only do so much I can only spend so much time with little kids until it just becomes a nightmare, and that's that, really. But yeah, Tomodachi Life demo looks like a full game to me, and I'll tell you some things that happened in it. Most of it is just random shit that happened. Most of it's just random shit that I made my Mies talk about. And in my Stardust Island, I have a couple things listed that they talk about. Kirk, when she befriended me, talked about Littlest Pet Shop. I do not have footage of that, but yes, I do collect Littlest Pet Shops. At least Generation 7. Because Generation 2 and Generation 2 is like the most impossible thing to collect if you're poor like me. And then there's, another thing, like Kirk asked me, hey, if you could fight a supernatural thing, what would it be? And I said, well, vampires, because, all I need to do is moan, they'll get uncomfortable, and they'll be like, what the fuck? And then they will stop trying to drink my blood. And I think the third thing that they asked was like, let me think. Oh yeah, they asked, Kirk once again asked if what my awful addiction was, like what addictions I had, and I put what, like, addictions I had. Or something like that, some bad habits, yes, what bad habit I had, and I put mine as eating sweets, because I eat too much sweets and my teeth are disgusting, but you know. Yeah, that's my bad habit, and also, like, self-sabotage, but, like, that wouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make no sense to her. I could have also put self-sabotage, but like, that's just a sad one to say. I think eating sweets is more lighthearted, and Kirk said, well, there could be worse things to have as bad habits, and I'm like, oh, trust me, I do have worse habits. One of them being self-sabotage. Because I fucking hate myself. Because literally at the beginning of this video, I quite literally said, who needs friends when you have me's? Because today, I accidentally ruined one of my friendships, and that's fine. I don't need friends, they disappoint me. Because you know what I said, who needs friends when you have me's? And that's all I need to say, really. So, that should be the end of the video. If I feel like I have to add anything, I will. So, yeah. Only, right now, with 12 days, but this video will probably take me forever to make, so that's fine. Nobody will see this video, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. I don't make YouTube videos all that much, so if this flops, that's fine. Nobody saw my, Sophia and Starburst videos, even though I put it on my Tumblr. So I just decided, like, you know what? I'll use my voice for this one if my microphone works. And it has been working right now. It's working fine. So, yeah. That's it. See ya, motherfuckers. Oh, I'm gonna get taken down for saying that fuck too much. Whatever. Bye.